Hey guys, welcome to Wildly Grow Profits with Pinterest. I'm Teresa Cole, better known as T. Davis Cole, and I am here to help you discover how to grow your profits with Pinterest. In this course, we are going to be talking about the power of Pinterest marketing, and I am excited to be able to share this information with you. All right, so make sure that you have something to take notes, whether it's a digital notebook or whatever you use to take your notes, okay? And get ready to learn a lot, because this is going to help you leverage Pinterest to grow your profits, okay? Definitely have to put in a disclaimer that I cannot promise you any particular amount of income from this course, but I can tell you that if you do the work, because it's going to be dependent on your work and in your dedication, right? If you do the work and you put into action the things that you are learning, you will get results in your business, because you're going to discover how you can use Pinterest, right, to really grow profits, because it is a giant traffic machine that a lot of people have been sleeping on. So I'm going to show you how to use it. I'm going to help you navigate that process so that you can use Pinterest to grow profits, okay? One of the things I do want to let you guys know is that I have retired quite a few of my sites. I have retired TotallyMyBiz.com. I have retired tdaviscole.com. Okay, so TotallyMyBiz.com is retired, tdaviscole.com is retired, and we are at sitathomprofits.com. So I've been able to combine a lot of the information under one umbrella, because I know if you're listening to this, you're probably like me, right? You want to have your time free. You want to live the life that you want to live. You want to be able to do things you want to do. And so you want to be able to sit at home and profit, and not literally sit at your computer all day, but set up these systems that I'm going to be teaching you in this course and beyond on this channel to be able to automate income and literally get control and freedom of your life, okay? So I'm excited. You guys, I want you to loosen up a little bit, move around, stretch, dance to the music and everything, and then we are going to dig into this course, and you are going to gain so much information. There will be 2 or 3 parts to it, so at the end of the video, it will let you know if there's another part and where to find it. So definitely be looking out for that, because I want you to finish the course. Finish what you start, right? And then I also want you to put these things into action, right? Put what you're learning into action so that you can get results. All right, guys. So again, I'm excited that you're here. Welcome to Wildly Grow Profits with Pinterest, where we're going to be talking about the power of Pinterest marketing. And guess what? We're going to get into this. Let's go. About the growing power of Pinterest marketing, and my objective is to help you leverage Pinterest to drive more traffic and sales to your business. All right, so I want you to be able to do that. That's my primary focus here today. All right, so in this course, the things that you're going to have access to is you're going to have access to my 10 video step-by-step training, right? It's going to help you get pin profits. And not only that, don't forget at the end of the course to download your free Pinterest traffic ebook, and it's going to be loaded, guys, with all kinds of tips and tricks to help you get even more traffic from your Pinterest account. All right. So 10 videos, step-by-step training, and it's going to help you get those pin profits. So that's what this course is going to cover. And some of the topics in the course, guys, of course, is the introduction, which is what I'm doing right now. I'm going to show you also how to get invites fast. And that's literally how you're going to be invited to other people's boards, and how are you going to utilize their boards to get more views to your pins and get those link backs to your online offers. All right. I'm going to show you the things to avoid, guys. When I first started on Pinterest, I made some mega mistakes, right? I think I even have a little mistake in one of my videos that's on YouTube, but I'm going to, when I get to that part where I actually show you that video, or I give you access to that video, I'm going to tell you the one part that you need to tweak, okay? Because I don't want you making those mistakes. I want you to be able to utilize this tool correctly. If you can do it correctly from the beginning, man, I'm telling you, you're going to have some power behind you, and some power behind traffic and pins. Okay. But, you know, if you have already made some of the mistakes that I'm going to tell you, you're going to have to do like I did, right? Some of the things I had to go back and delete, and I had to create some more channels and stuff. So I have some channels out there that's not even, I haven't even put anything on because I just discovered how to set it up to get more views. I do have a channel or two that, I'm saying channel like it's YouTube, but you guys know I'm talking about, I do have an account or two that, that are really active and booming. But then once I learned something that I was doing that was costing me probably, hundreds of thousands of link backs, I went ahead and corrected that issue. So I have a brand new account that I'm just now building things on, but the other ones are doing well. All right. So I'm also going to show you how to do some target marketing inside of Pinterest. You're going to learn also about keywords and hashtags and how you can literally register your hashtags and use those hashtags to link back to your blogs and posts and connect this stuff right in the social search engines so that you are being recognized for your expertise in your specific niche. All right. So also you're going to learn about following and interacting, how to follow pin boards, how to interact with pin boards. I'm going to show you how to create boards. You're going to learn about Pinterest marketing and how you can even do paid advertisement on Pinterest, or you can literally learn how to follow and interact and create boards in such a way that you get a lot of free traffic. You're going to learn about contest promoting and also powerful third-party tools that you can use to engage with Pinterest and get tons of views on your pins and lead those pins back to your products and services. All right, so I want you to really learn how to engage your Pinterest followers. And I want you to discover how to follow targeted boards for repins. Also, I want you to learn how to reconnect with individual users in your target market. Okay, so it's going to be super duper important that you get very, very targeted. That's why I told you in one of the videos that I am going to refer you to, because there's a lot of good information in it. There's something I'm going to tweak there because you need to be very, very targeted to get the massive results from Pinterest. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay. Also, it's important that you understand why it's such a big deal, because there are a lot of people who are using Pinterest and it's really a way for them to indulge in their niche or indulge in things that they want to learn more about. Okay. So you can see how from 2009 to 2018, how Pinterest traffic has grown exponentially. All right. And one of the good things to know about Pinterest is that a third of the Pinterest users are women, right? Women between the ages of 25 and 34, and they have an income of $100,000, right? A mean, right? A middle ground income of $100,000 a year, meaning they can afford the products and services that they're looking at. You got to think about it. You have women on there, they're searching for home decor, they're learning new recipes, they're dabbling in fashion and all kinds of things, right? So Pinterest is definitely visually stimulating for women, and so you want to keep that in mind on the platform. But one of the things that I really want you to do is to have the right mentality. All right. So you need to have the right mentality on Pinterest because you need to position your mindset for Pinterest success, right? You don't want to ever sell anything. And when I say that, I'm not saying not having a link back to your products and services, but your pins, they just need to be beautiful, stimulating, and they need to lead back to related content, but not necessarily hard selling. Buy this, buy that. You don't want to do that on that platform. All right. You want to focus on the user experience, meaning most of the people on Pinterest, if they're interested in something, they're obsessed with it. They're obsessed with whatever it is they are interested in looking at. So you want to focus on their experience so they can have a good experience and want to follow your board. Okay. Also, you want to build within the ecosystem there. So you don't want to try to reinvent the wheel, going outside of the ecosystem, trying to do all this crazy stuff. You really want to keep your pins very focused, very user engaging. Okay. And you don't want to hard sell at all. So that's going to be your focus for the mentality and the mindset that you need to have. But your goal, your primary goal on Pinterest should be to bring value, right? Bring value or to enhance the experience of your viewers. So every pin, you should strive to provide even more value in the area that you are focusing on your, your niche, right? So every pin, make sure that it is more engaging than the other. I'm going to show you some things that I'm not going to get into this introduction, but I'm going to show you how to keep a consistent flow of targeted pins that get you mega traffic and can increase your sales and help you leverage the internet for massive profits. Okay. All right. So again, I'm so excited that you're here. I'm T. Davis Cole. I'm all about those no fluff profit solutions. I want to welcome you to the course. I'm so excited that you're here with me. I'm looking forward to showing you how to use Pinterest to grow your business. All right. How you can do, and the goal is to help you get more Pinterest board invites so that your pins can be seen by a wider audience. All right. So I'm going to talk to you about how it works. Okay. And I want you to first understand the language of Pinterest. So I'm going to go through some of the terminology, and then I'm going to take you over to my Pinterest account and I'm going to show you that particular terminology. All right. So I want you to get the breakdown so you don't have those language barriers when you're dealing with Pinterest. All right. So some of the things that you'll hear is a pin, and that's literally the image or a video that gets posted to Pinterest. You'll also hear things like pin boards, and that's where you consolidate theme-based pins. All right. Then you're going to hear pinning, and that's when you share content to pin boards. Okay. Also repins, and repins is when you repost someone else's content to a board. Pin it buttons, that's when you add a pin to a website for sharing. So you can add like a plugin or something to your WordPress website, and you can pin from your website to boards and different things like that. A pinner is the person who pins. Let me make sure I got all of them. Okay, I did. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go over and I'm going to discuss with you exactly what a pin is, a pin board, pinning, and all these other aspects of the Pinterest language. I'm going to show it to you while I'm discussing it with you. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is go over and grab that. Okay. All right. So the pinner, that will be me. I'm the pinner. And here is one of my Pinterest accounts. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about this account because, right, I started this account. It was my actual T. Davis Cole's online services account. And then I had discovered that with pinning, you needed to have very specific boards. Okay. So here there's 7 boards because I deleted like 20 boards last night, but I'm going to tell you why I did that because, additionally, when you're pinning boards, you want to make sure that your boards are specific. So I was at one point, I knew I needed to change this for a while, but since I was doing this training, I said, well, let me go ahead and do it. But at one point, I was really focused on just pinning pins to specific boards and topics of various topics. So like this was my original T. Davis Cole's online services Pinterest account. So I had a lot of things about business, and I had specific boards like how to build an online business blogging, how to build an online business traffic, how to build an online business mentality. So it was very specific targeted boards, but I also had other interests like, all these different hairstyles, African American hairstyles. I was into home decor. So I had very specific targeted boards that broke down like African American hair, braids, African American hair, natural hairstyles, African American hair, locks, all these different boards that I had, but they were all on the same account. Guys, even though you have very targeted boards, to have those boards on the same account is a no, right? So when I learned this, I had like grew my audience like way bigger. It was a lot more viewers than this. And I had all this content that was pinning back to other things, and people had shared my pins. Now that's up to you if you want to go back and switch. But I was thinking long term, and I was thinking that, you know what? I really want to grow my business to 7 figures. And at some point, this painful transition is going to have to happen. So it might as well be now while I'm doing the training. So I went ahead and I gave this entire board to T. Davis Cole's online, it was T. Davis Cole's African Hairstyles or African Hairstyle Journey. And I created another account. So I'm starting over from bare scratch with my T. Davis Cole's online services, which is all about building an online business. All right. So what I had to do was delete all those boards, because even though the boards were very targeted, they did not support the actual account topic or account business. So I want to make sure that you are clear, because I believe in one of the videos, because in a video, I'm going to give you a handout. Let me go over there and show you. So, I'm going to give you a specific handout, and that handout is going to have additional trainings that you can watch that's going to help you leverage Pinterest for more traffic. So you're going to get the Power Pinterest plugin video, and I show you how to find the plugin in WordPress and how to incorporate that plugin into your blog or your website. Okay. So that you can start having visitors pin your images from your site to their boards, and that'll link back to your website. I also have the how to use Pinterest to grow your blog, and there's a lot of great information. So I want you to take the information, okay, the targeted information that's there about targeting your boards and all, but I want you to understand that the targeted board needs to be on a targeted account. That's a big mistake that a lot of people, and I'm talking thousands and thousands of people, are making on Pinterest. They have these targeted boards, healthy eating, vegan eating, then they may have just meats, how to make vegan protein meats without using actual meat. They may have vegan protein shakes, but then they also have, places to travel, home decor, all this other stuff on the same account, but the boards are targeted. That's not okay. You need to have targeted accounts. So that was a mistake that I was making, but I didn't want to go and fix it because it was just horrible to have to go and change out all that information. So this is what I have here. I'm going to click on, first thing I want to do is show you that I'm the pinner. Okay. And now what I'm going to do is repin someone else's pin. So I liked this image. I had already pre-picked it. So I'm going to click on it and I want to repin it. So because this image does not go anywhere, one of the things that I would probably do, because if I click on it, when it says open, if you click on the image, it's just going to download the image to your computer, which is a waste. So what I would like to do is go ahead and save this image. as, right? I'm going to save it as, I think it's in my downloads or somewhere. I'm just going to, for the sake of time, I'm going to save it to my desktop. And I'm going to call it Mail Locks. But honestly, guys, I have folders for everything. I just don't want to spend all my time looking for that right now. All right. So what I would do is I would, go ahead, because I don't want to just open it and download it, or someone else, get access to that. Right. And then they download it and it goes straight to their computer. It needs to go to a place. So I always check my pins. If it does say visit, I click on it to see if it's related. If it's related, I share it as is. But if there's no link or anything and it's just going to download to the person's computer, or if it's irrelevant, like if it's locks and it's taking somebody to like, some internet marketing site or something, I just go ahead and take the image and use it as my own, as long as there's no, nothing on it saying I can't. All right. So, you got to be careful with that as well, because you don't want to get yourself in a situation. So you got to use your own discretion. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go over and I'm going to go to the website associated with my hairstyles. There's a method to my madness, right? I'm not just sharing hairstyles. I actually have a website where I pulled up even some of my older images, where I had braids and then my natural hairstyle journey, and I just started to share. But I also incorporated a store where people could shop related products. So they could go here and they could shop products that's related. I'm going to go ahead and grab this link. Hope you guys are keeping up. But they can click here and they can shop related products. All right. And this is connected to my Amazon affiliate account. So with my Amazon affiliate account being connected, right, that's commissions every time someone purchases something. So when I was saving the hairstyles, I was using the link to this website because it's related to African American hair. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to the front, and I want to show you how the little widget, the pin it widget, can be used. You can save this to Pinterest. So if someone wanted to, they could click save and they can pick a board to save that on. Okay. Right from my website, and it'll link that person back to my products and services and all the viewers that are viewing that pin. All right. So now what I want to do is I want to go back to my feed, because this is repinning, right? It would be repinning if I was to click visit and it went somewhere that was related to the hairstyle. Then I would just save it to a board, right? I would save it to my locks board. But since it does not have anywhere, it's just a waste of a pin because it's not going anywhere. I'm going to go back to my feed, and now I'm going to show you how to pin to a board. And I'm going to go to my boards. Right? So now what I'm doing is I'm not repinning, I'm actually pinning, because I'm pinning an original file from my computer to a board. So I'm going to click on locks. All right. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add an image. I'm going to upload the image that I just downloaded. Okay. Mail locks. I'm going to open that up. I'm going to give the related URL because it is talking about African American hair, and I'm going to be writing a lot of articles about locks and all kinds of hairstyles. All right. So this is African American male wearing locks. All right. So that's done. So now that is pinned, I'm going to go ahead and pin it to a related board. Now, this is what I was talking about having those specific boards. You don't want to just have a board that says African American hair, or if you're Caucasian and you're just talking about conditioning your hair, all these different topics you can have. I have African American hair braids. I have African American hair natural hairstyles. I have African American hair natural, relaxed, all of this. So I want to save it because that's locks. I want to save it to my locks board. All right, 1 second. So now that I have saved that actual picture to my board, I'm going to go ahead and close it. So now you see the image is there, but you can also see other boards as well. Now, again, this was my original T. Davis Cole's online services thing because I was using affiliate marketing to promote hairstyles. But I decided because I had so many different hairstyles and it was conflicting with my online business boards to create another account. And the way I did that was that what I had to do was I had to go to my profile. I had to go to my settings. And what I had to do was I had to go to my social networks, disconnect from all of my social networks. And then I had to go to my security settings and I had to require a code to log in. That way, when I go to Pinterest on my computer, it doesn't automatically log me in, which prohibits me from creating a new account. So I went to www.pinterestbusiness.com. And it was www.pinterestbusiness.com. I apologize. www.pinterestbusiness.com, or you could just Google Pinterest Business. And then I went to start a new account. So let me go over there. I like to show you. So let's go to Pinterest Business. All right. And I think, let's see here. Account, sign up, start your Pinterest account. I think, yeah. And that's where you sign up. But because I'm already logged in, it's just going to log me in. But anyway, if you don't have that second layer of security, what'll happen is when you go to your Pinterest account, it's going to automatically log you in and it's going to prohibit you from starting a new account. But if you disconnect from all your social media networks, and then you put the extra layer of protection on there. When you go to your Pinterest account on your computer, it's trying to log you in, but it's saying you need the extra layer of protection. So what you need to do, instead of doing that, just take your information out and sign up for a new account. Now, you will need to use a new email and a new website. So what I did when I signed up was I went ahead and I put in another email. And then I also went ahead and claimed I deleted my www.tdaviscole.com out of here, and I, connected it to the main site, which was the hairstyles, since I was using so many hairstyles on this website. And then I went to my new website and put the www.tdaviscole.com in there, and I claimed my website. Now, in the videos, I show you how to claim your website. So go to that handout, okay, guys, because it's all there. So far, hopefully you are able to keep up. So far, I showed you the common mistake that many people make, and that is they are creating multiple targeted boards on the same account. But you want to think of everything, and I'm going to talk about this in the next video, so I don't want to get too deep into it, but you want to have a specific topic, and then you want to create those boards. I'm going to go more into it again in the next video, so I'm going to stop talking about that there. But I just wanted to clarify, because in one of the videos, I do talk to you about creating specific boards, but I'm showing you how to do all of that on the same account. But I have since decided not to do that and to make each account very targeted with very targeted specific boards within that account. Okay. All right. So guys, I've shown you who the pinner is. That will be me. I've showed you how to repin, which again, you can go to the, let's go to just, the home page or something of that nature. Let's see here. No, I don't want to go there. Okay, I want to go to, let's see if I could just go back to the home page or something like that. So repinning would be literally just taking a pen like I showed you, right? And see how this one says read it. So you would go click over there to check it out. Always check it out, because see, like this to me, it's targeted. Okay. It is a targeted article. So if you want to share it, you would just go ahead and share it, because the person did a great job with their pen. They connected it to you. You would do the same thing you want someone to do to you, right? You don't want to take this image as your own when it's connected to a related article. So you want to go ahead and save this, because you're going to repin it to one of your boards, and then it will go to Locks. But I'm not going to use that image. I'm just showing you how. I've also showed you how to actually pin, because I showed you how to find the image, whether here, because it's not connected to anything and it doesn't have anything on it saying you can't do it, or you could go find royalty-free images on Google, right? You right click, you save it to your computer, you upload it, okay, to your, you can go to your profile, okay, you can go to your boards, and you can pick a board, right? Then you would upload your pen and name it and link it to a related article and pin it to a board. So I've shown you that, right? I've shown you the pinner, repins, and pins. Okay, let's go back. Let me see what else I need to show you. Okay. Go back. Okay. Also, the pin it button, I showed you that, but that is going to be in the training, guys. So go to that handout and I show you how to get that pin it button, but I did show you on my website how to use it. So that's pretty much, let me go back and make sure that I covered everything there. All right. This one, for some reason, is not showing up. Don't know why. Let me try to get out and come back. There it is. Okay. All right. So, I showed you what a pen board was. I showed you what a pen was and all of those things. Okay, guys. So that's it, right? You could be the pinner. You can repin other people's posts. You can pin your own post, but you want to have those targeted boards. But I want to make sure that when you watch the next video, in the handout, that you're not confused, because I was pinning a lot of things to one account and I'm no longer doing that. Okay. Again, I'll go into more detail in the next video about that. But the goal today is to show you how to do those things, but I also want you to know how to follow boards that are succeeding in your niche, right? So you want to make sure that you're doing that. You can go and you can find boards. A lot of times what will happen is when you pin something, Pinterest will make a recommendation for you to follow. So follow the boards that are related, but I will go and look at it and see how it's doing, see if it's something you want to be connected to. Also invite the board owners you follow, right? You can usually in the description, there's some kind of email information or some way to contact them, or you can even send them a message through Messenger there and invite them. It's not called Messenger, but there's a message box where you can send them messages. If you really like their pins, because you got to be very specific on your pins. Now on the account that I just showed you, I'm not doing actual decorated pins. I am going to be doing those in my other account, right? My account that's about T. Davis Cole's online services, about blogging, traffic strategies, psychology of selling, mentality, all of that stuff. I'm going to be using Canva, and I'm going to be doing very targeted pin images. So if you could start out right and start out with doing those great images, that would be great. All right. Also, you can request permission from the boards you follow to pin on their boards. So if you've been following them, commenting, repinning their pins, then you can definitely request for you to pin on their boards. You can also check out boards and see if those boards have other pinners, because if those boards have other pinners, then that person is probably highly likely going to let you pin on their board. But if you go to their boards and it's only them pinning, then they're probably not. Okay. So that gives you a good indication. But another thing you could do is you could find Pinterest friends that you're already acquainted with, maybe in another social media network, and you can request an invitation to post on their boards as well. All right. So another good thing to do would be to find Facebook groups and forums that are about Pinterest and connect with them. Now, Pinterest is a much harder industry to get into. Okay. As far as, with Facebook, you just send friend requests and all this stuff. But with Pinterest, it's going to be a little more difficult because people are serious about pinning. It's crazy, right? Sometimes they have these long forms they want you to fill out for you to grow, your blog, grow your blog using their Pinterest boards. They want to know more about you. They want to know what your Pinterest board is all about. So be prepared when you go to these forums. So I want to show you on Fiverr. Fiverr is just like an outsourcing service that you can use, right, to get some more Pinterest jobs done. So I'm going to go to Fiverr and sign in. Or just show you. So you just go to Fiverr and then let's just type in Pinterest and see what comes up. All right. So here it is where you drive quality traffic. They're saying they'll drive traffic to your pins. They will optimize your pins. So it's all kinds of services here. So if you're just getting started, I would check their ratings and different things and check the reviews and find out. Another good service would be to have someone create beautiful pins for you so that you don't have to create them all. Send them the post and let them be creative and create those pins. Okay. So I wanted to show you that you can use Fiverr for all types of Pinterest services. Okay. All right. So let me go back over here to the course if I can find it. Okay, here we go. All right. So then you have to still have that mentality, right? When you're understanding the Pinterest terminology and you are creating those pins, because you want to create high quality pins, high quality. You want to have that quality over quantity. You want to focus on the brand colors. So you don't want to be all over the place with your pens. You want it to be a very stable place where even if you are using different colors, let it have some common theme. I'll show you on Canva how I have my brand colors. Like there's brand colors and you can get that kind of training at www.tdaviscole.com where, I'm showing you that yes, just using your brand colors and staying consistent within those colors gives you a lot of flexibility. But if you're on your website, like this is the color, one of the colors in my website, you can, use this, Colorzilla or whatever, a little add-on to your browser and it will give you the colors. So you want to stick with these colors and once you find these colors, you just create a little sheet and you write them down and then you come over here and you have a brand color board. So you're not, always looking for colors, but you don't want to be all over the place, right? With your imagery. You want it to be very targeted, very focused. Remember, these are people who are highly intelligent. They have mean income of $100,000 a year. They are looking for specific niches and they're very specific in what they want. They can go anywhere else. So make sure that you are really having that good, solid focus there. All right. Then link backs. You want your link backs to be very targeted, right? Check the link backs before you pin them on your boards. Okay. And if you are going to repin something, please make sure that it goes with what you're doing, but also visit the site. If it just says open, it's going to download to your computer or the person's computer who's viewing the pin, which is very irritating, right? So if it is a very good image and there's nothing saying that you can't use the image, at your own caution. I'm not telling you to always do it. You decide, right? You can even go to the viewer to see what other pins they have. You can download it and rename it and actually link it to something that's related. Okay. You don't want just empty pins or pins that's going to some porn site or some other heavy sales site that's not related to the pin. That's very important because it's going to reflect you and your brand and your pin boards. Okay. So you want to become
an expert at pinning in your niche and create pins that compel your target market to view your pins and visit your offer. So that is your goal. So not necessarily sending them back to a sales page, but you see how I was sending people from the African American hair boards, right, back to a website that talked about my own hair journey and other aspects of African American hair. But there were also a lot of affiliate products that they could buy because they were related to the pin. Is using Pinterest. Okay. So the goal is really to help you get off to a great start on Pinterest. Now, if you're already using Pinterest, let's just say you're using Pinterest for some other reason and you've already got a lot of boards and stuff, I want to make sure that you know what you should be doing, what you should not be doing. So therefore, if you need to go back and make changes, I mean, I had to do it myself. You can do that as well. But ultimately, if you're new to Pinterest or you're just trying to learn how to use Pinterest, I want to help you get off to a good start. All right. So you want to avoid the detrimental pin mistakes. And I talked a little bit about some of those mistakes in the last video. You want to understand that platform and exactly how not to use it, right? You want to make sure that you're not doing those things that make, Pinterest users cringe when they visit your boards and things of that nature. So I want to tell you a couple of no-nos. And I'm going to start with no-no number 1, which is do not pin images of various topics on the same board, right? Because each board should represent one subtopic of your primary topic. So a lot of times, you have all these interests. So you're just pinning things that you like and that you see, but you want to make sure that your pins are very targeted and that each board represents a specific subtopic. But a lot of times people who are using Pinterest, they really think they got it down when they start, being very specific in the boards, but they're not very specific in the actual overall niche of the account. All right. So I'm going to go over and I'm going to show you on my whiteboard how you should think about Pinterest. So you want to think about Pinterest as a gigantic tree. Okay, and you definitely don't want to picture the tree I'm drawing, but just a real tree in your mind, okay? So I'm going to do the best I can to draw this tree here for you. All right, that's a crazy looking tree, but it's a tree. So this is your account, the tree. All right. What kind of tree do you have? Do you have an apple tree? Do you have a pear tree? Or, what kind of tree do you have? So the tree is your topic. All right. So you want that to be your topic. Okay. And that is what your account, the overall niche is about. So that mistake that I was telling you about yesterday, that you may even find in the extra handout, the video. There's a lot of good information in the extra handout, so I didn't want to delete the video, but I want to make sure that you understand that your topic or your account or your tree, right, that it should be a specific niche. So you want to make sure that that topic is specific, but then the subtopics or your boards. Okay, so these are the little subtopics that you're talking about the overall topic. So you don't want to just have one account and then on the account you have all these different interests in these specific boards about different interests, right? So that's what I wanted to get in your mind, was a visualization of how to use Pinterest to make sure that the topic is solid and then that there are subtopics, individual subtopics about that topic on one account. All right. So an example would be my own account, which is, African American hair journey. This is just one of my accounts. It's just something I love doing. All right. I enjoy pinning, and I am an example of that woman, right? That woman who's using Pinterest as an escape sometimes. I have a business account as well for how to build an online business and all of those things. But this is something I just enjoy doing, but I've tied it into an affiliate account. And I've done that by redirecting users to a website that's related to African American hair, but also has things that they can experience along the way if they so wish to. So here's the main topic of this particular account, and it's African American hair journey. So that is the main tree. But the boards are subtopics of that topic. So African American hair locks, African American hair wigs, African American hair braids, all right, African American hair relaxed, long hair tips, African American hair, natural, all these different things. And then I'll probably branch off and start talking about, caring for that African American hair, all these other things. When I first started, I just had this one board here, and it was just African American hair, and it had braids, it had, wigs, it had just regular natural hairstyles and everything on one board. That is what I was saying when I was saying do not pin too many topics on one board. So I'm not talking about just mixing hair with food and vacations. I'm talking about mixing hair with, all the different aspects of taking care of the hair on one board. So you want different subtopics. So hopefully that is making sense. So just picture it as a tree and think about, what branches you want on that tree, but make sure that your tree is solid and that it has a specific, topic. All right. So we're going to go ahead and move on to no number 2. All right. So that is to do not limit yourself by doing the bare minimum, right? You want to use all of the features that Pinterest has to offer. You want to claim your site, right? Claim your site, because when you claim your site, you're going to be able to access analytical data and all other tools associated with a site that has been verified. I show you in the handout, one of the videos, how to claim your site. You want to do that. You also want to use your profile. That means to write something specifically about the topic of the entire channel or tree, right? And that's what all of the boards are going to be about, but they're going to be little subtopics of that. So you want to make sure that you use that profile to really drive home what it is that you do. Also, when you claim your site, you can put a website or a link to your main primary site, and that can be displayed along with an image. But if you don't claim your site, then there's no way you can do that. So you won't have access to that. But you want to watch your analytics. You want to use the tools like joining boards. You want to make sure that you put descriptions in there and you have keywords. Use your keyword description tags and all of that so that you can get the most out of Pinterest. Okay. So again, you can come here and check on your analytics. You can go to your profile and have all this information here. You can have, the website and all of that when you are using all of the tools that are offered to you. And there's even more than that. So just, explore it. Make sure that you are using the tools. Okay. So let's go on to no number 3. And that is do not post mediocre content, right? When I first started using Pinterest, I didn't really understand how to use it. So I was just posting a lot of stuff that I liked. Then I discovered that I needed to target my board. So I started posting a lot of stuff I liked about a specific topic on different boards that was on one account. Then I discovered that I was supposed to, break it up and have one account about one topic with specific boards. And so once I figured that out, I made sure that my images are just dynamic. And also, even with my business images, they're not going to be, blurry. They're going to be the good, solid images that draw you in. And that's something that's out of the norm of what a person would experience on a day-to-day basis, right? So just, using pops of color, all of this stuff that can happen with these boards. Okay. And most of the time you will be creating your own pin covers if you have a topic that requires that, like if you have a business or something like that. But even in my business, I'm going to be using a lot of, people doing things with their family or something that draws a person in, and then it'll say in small writing how to use your blog to build your income, or something, how to use your blog to build your income. And that'll be on my blogging board or something. But the image itself has to be very, attractive, and the information that it leads to should not be, mediocre, right? That information should be something that, draws them in even more, because you need to know that even having one quality board is better than 10 mediocre boards. So if you just got 10 boards, just random, just leading to all kinds of stuff that's not really, exciting and an escape from day-to-day life, then, it'd be better to slim it down and have one good board that's just excellent, right? And then having 10 great pins are better than having 100 boring, unrelated, just pins that aren't interesting. Okay. Think about yourself and what you would want to see when you go to places like Pinterest or different places on the web. Okay. So no, number 4 is do not use too much text. Okay. So Pinterest users are primarily visual content consumers. All right. Let images tell the story. Do not write the narrative. Okay. So you want to make sure that you are using images more than anything. Like I said, even as an online business strategist, and I'm showing people how to blog, how to do personality marketing. I'm helping them develop the mentality necessary to build online businesses and all of these other aspects of building a business. But my images still have to be very dynamic and compelling. The wording has to be small so that the focus is more on the image. And when they click, it could take them to an article that pops right out at them with a great image and some content that's more conversational and enjoyable that leads to products and services. Okay, so I'm going to show you how that works here in a second. All right. So number 5 is, do not directly sell, right? So again, Pinterest users are explorers. They're looking for an exciting escape from their day-to-day lives. All right. Direct sales really reminds them of what they see every day. So let your boards be their virtual getaway, right? Make it exciting, something that they're looking forward to. They can't wait to get off work to see what's new and what's posted and taking that journey of a virtual getaway. So this is how it works, right? You want to capture your audience with compelling imagery. So let's go over and let's capture, a woman, right? Because you can also, again, there's lots of ways to capture even the male, right? The male who's looking at these images. But, let's just say, because I'm a female, I'm going to go with this one because I think it's awesome. All right. So I'm capturing the viewer with this image. So now the next thing that I want to do, let's go back to my notes, is I want to lead my audience on a journey of great experiences about the image. Now, this link does not lead to something about locks because I haven't written articles on locks yet. I will very soon. But it will lead them to more about hair and braiding and managing braids and beautiful hair. And as you can see, there's very conversational. And I'll talk about, how, growing up and having to go through the different stages of my hair. And a lot of people can relate to that. So if they go to the blog, right? If they go to the blog, they'll find different articles about, hair care and all of this. So my goal again is to get, because I just started the board on locks, I'm going to have a lot of articles about locks and stuff like that. But just telling different stories about hair. It's a journey, But while they're on the journey, this is what should happen. All right. So while they're on the journey, they're going to be exposed to related products and services along the way. All right. So going back to the homepage, which is where I'm sending everybody right now, by the way, because I'm still building. Eventually I'll send them to individual articles that's exactly about the image. But until then, this is relatable. But okay, so along the way, they realize, wow, my next steps after reading that, I can see some products that can even, help me grow my hair, help me have healthy locks, add some extensions to my locks, or whatever the case may be. So they click on, say for instance, they just want to grow their locks longer. They can get these supplements. And now this is going to take them to my Amazon store. Not, me taking this image and linking it directly to this product. Because again, that's an issue. And I'm going to tell you why. Here, let me go down to my notes. It's an issue because if you link your images directly to affiliate offers on Pinterest, guess what's going to happen? Pinterest is going to insert their own affiliate code because they use a special software that scans all of the images, and they find every affiliate offer that's on there that's maybe like from ClickBank or Amazon or these big affiliate companies, and they inject their own codes. And what happens is if I use an image on their platform to take someone directly to my product, then guess what's going to happen? Amazon is going to get the credit for the sale because it's on their platform. It's their platform. They can do whatever they want. So what you want to do, again, is you want to take your viewers on a journey that leads them to more information about related. It might not be exactly, because you may be like me, you're still writing articles and building it. So it may not be the exact thing. It's best if it's exact. If it went to a dread page or lock page, and I'm going to create one. But this is related because it is talking about hair, braids, all this stuff. But I'm taking them on this journey back to this site, and from the site, they can access my affiliate products. Okay. So then when they click there, it's going to take them to my store, and from my store, it's going to take them to Amazon. Okay. If that's making sense. Now, if you don't have a store, one of these, I used an app to create that store, but you can literally just take them straight from here to Amazon by using, your embed codes and different things like that. And I do have a video on, I may add that to the handout. There's a video on how to create native ads and different things like that in Amazon, how to set up your account and become an affiliate and different things of that nature. All right. So, but that's it. So I'm just showing you how to use it, because if you do that direct link, you're going to lose the sale anyway. All right. So moving on here. And let's see if I can get this to come up. There we go. All right. So again, you want to redirect those affiliate offers because you want to lead Pinterest users on a redirect journey that they enjoy and that they're exposed, to your products and services along the way. Okay. So the mentality here is to become a thought leader. Become a thought leader, and you want to focus directly on imagery. Number one, not wording and narratives and all this, but imagery that tells stories. Okay. You want to focus on value, leading the viewer back to related articles. It would be great if it's a direct article, but sometimes you can't get to all that all at once. That's okay. Just make sure it's related and it matches somewhat what the image is talking about. And you want to let them have an experience your own personal, journey with the product, or your own personal whatever, or someone else's or whatever. Take them on a valuable experience that they can, be exposed to what it is that you offer. Okay. So your goal is to do that. Take the audience on an inspirational journey that conveys how your products and services can enhance their experience without selling a thing. Going to be the focus today. All right. And the point of this whole target marketing process is so that you can appeal to a very specific market and get the most out of your efforts. All right. So that's what I really want for you today. That's my objective, is to help you do that, help you appeal to that specific market and get the most out of your efforts. All right. So the one thing that you need to know is how your avatar works. All right. And so the avatar is just that specific person that you're talking to. It's a real person that you build and that you learn about and that you create products towards. Okay. So if you go over to one of my websites, actually you can just go over to www.tdaviscole.com. Okay, and click on courses and click on the A to Z Biz Builders course. In that course, there's a whole segment on learning how to target your market. It also has avatar worksheet. It has all kinds of avatar information and how to do it exactly. But just to give you a small synopsis of what it is, it's just you literally creating a character. Think of it as a video game, right? And you're creating a character, and that character is going to be doing something, or it's going to be portraying something because for a specific reason. So this avatar that you're building is going to be the person that you're going to be selling your products to. Okay. So you want to understand what moves that person through building this avatar, and you want to know that so that you can get them to engage. Okay. All right. So knowing your avatar can help you pinpoint who your Pinterest pins are actually for. All right. And it's easy to assume that you already know the answer to the question, but do you really, right? A lot of times, it's easy to just start pinning and just start creating things, but not really understanding who it's for and understanding why you're doing it. So that way you can get the results that you want. Okay. So why should you know your audience? Okay. You want to know your audience. You want to know that avatar, which represents, avatar is one person that represents a multitude of people who are seeking the same thing. All right. So you want to know who it is, because when you know your audience, you can cater to them, right? You'll know exactly what kinds of pins to create for them. So sometimes when we think about an avatar, we think about target marketing, we're thinking in a way of terminology, marketing terminology. But if you would take this whole idea out of the concept of marketing and put it into like a regular scenario with a regular person, right? So just think about if you're dating someone, right? If you're a man, right? You're listening to this, or even female, you're dating someone and you're getting to know that person. So you're getting to know that person, what they like, what they don't like. You're starting to discover what you can do for that person that makes them happy and different things like that. And it's very prevalent among males when they're getting to know a woman. They want to know what her favorite colors are. They want to know what she likes to do so they can kind of coordinate the dates according to her likes and dislikes. Okay. So if it's something she doesn't like if she's allergic to shrimp, right? He's not going to take her to a seafood restaurant. But, if she really loves chocolate, maybe he'll take her to do fondue or something like that. So the reality is, when you start to look at people in the industry that you're even marketing to as real people and not just the lead, even though we do use those terms, but you got to think that on the other end, there's a real person, and that person has a real desire. So when you know who your avatar is, you know who your audience is, and you can cater and kind of like you're dating them, right? You can give them the things that they like. Okay. So you don't want to just create and share pins. Like, I remember when I first started on Pinterest long time ago, right? I was just liking stuff and just sharing stuff and pinning stuff and not really understanding why. Maybe you can relate to that. Or maybe you've never had any contact with Pinterest at all and you're just trying to learn. So I'm telling you from the beginning that you don't want to just get into this whole create share thing. You want to have a specific audience in mind, and you want to share things that's going to engage that audience, right? So again, if you were dating someone, you're not going to try to appeal to all the, male species, right? Or all the female species. You're going to try to appeal to that particular person. So even though there may be 1,000 women out there that like different things, you're not really focused on that. If there are 1,000 men out there that like different things, you're not focused on that. You're focused on the person you're dating and what they like so that you can do the things they like and, not necessarily change yourself for them, but, try to inhabit some of their, interests. Okay. So when you're pinning, you want to do the same thing, right? You have this relationship. So you want to evoke passion and excitement from your audience through your pins and make a connection that keeps them coming back for more, right? So learning your avatar, how do you learn your avatar? What should you know about them? All right. So you got to know, what do they look like? What does that avatar look like? And I'm going to show you how to discover that here in a minute. You also want to know what is your avatar pinning? Okay. And what really excites them? Okay. You also want to learn what you should do to inspire them, what upsets them, and what brings them joy. What do they like? All right. So getting to know your avatar, you can do this through gathering some data. You can do a quick demographics check, and you can use that data to learn the likes and dislikes of your avatar and find out, who they are on Pinterest. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and show you quickly how you can do this. So you can go over to Google, and let's just say, for instance, you want to search for weight loss, right? You want to find out who is dominating that space. So here's a women's weight loss, health. Let's see what else. Weight loss plan. So you got all kinds of things here. Here's weight loss prevention. So it's saying weight loss and probably preventing obesity or something of that nature. I'm going to grab that link. Okay. And then I'm going to go over to a site called Alexa.com. So you want to go to www.alexa.com, and there at the first thing that you see may just be the sales page and all of that, but you want to go to the statistical data and the analytics. Okay. So you may have to stroll down a little bit to get to that. All right. But I'm going to post that link into the search engine and see what I come up with here. Okay. All right. So what I'm seeing is, the data from the site, and it's letting me know who the visitors are. It's letting me know where they live. 52% live in the United States and different areas here. You can see the United Kingdom on there and India. All right. It's showing the traffic there, and it's showing you what they're looking at. All right. They're looking at fasting. They're looking at sex. They're looking at smoothie recipes, and they're looking at all these different things. Okay. All right. And the traffic is coming from Google, and it's showing you all of this information. But if you continue to scroll, you'll get even more information about it. What you really want to know is, how many people are searching, but you also want to know who those people are. Are they male or are they female? What's their education level? Where do they work? Where do they go to school? That'll give you some idea of what their interests are. Okay. So we're looking at mainly females. Okay. And they are college graduates. and they are working age. Okay. So this will tell you a lot. So again, that's Alexa. So now we know we have an audience because we're looking at the amount of people, that are searching this site. And this site was pretty far down on the list, but I chose it because it wasn't really gender specific in the topic. So I wanted to kind of see, where men fall in this category and all of that. All right. So now that I know that information, I can go ahead and go over to Pinterest. So I'm going to go to Pinterest, and even though this is one of my hair care journey things, okay, I can go over to the weight loss and search, and I can search, weight loss pins and see how they're performing. Now, one of the things that you can do, right, is you have options here at the top. You can click on, do you want to see all pins, your pins, buyable pins, people, or boards? Okay, so I'm going to go with boards so I can see what kind of boards are out there and how they're performing. Okay, so I'm going to just click on a specific board. Pop Sugar, I know that's a pretty good one. On YouTube and stuff as far as the channel. So I'm sure that the pins are good here. Okay. So you can see that this board has almost 500,000 followers, right? 499,647 followers. There's quite a few pins here. So I can click on these different pins and see what they look like and see where they lead. But I also can click on the followers, guys. This is where you're going to get a lot of information. And it's showing me, the people that are following this board. Okay. So guys, what you can do if you want to connect with more people, let's say again, your pin board is going to be about weight loss and you're going to have all these different aspects. Maybe you'll have exercise. Maybe you'll have, diet plans, or all these other different aspects of weight loss, and you're going to have multiple boards, those subtopics we talked about earlier. Okay. Well, you could go and you could find people who are doing very well in the same niche that you're going to be performing in. Okay. And then you find their followers and you follow them because it's related to your topic. So here's almost 500,000 people that you can follow. But you can also, another thing you can do is, let's just go to Mary's profile. You can check out Mary. Okay. So Mary has, 1,471 followers. These are the pins that she's posting here. So now you see that you're putting a face. This is what your avatar looks like. Not necessarily her hair, skin, and all of this, but this is the kind of person that your avatar is going to be trying to attract. So you can learn a lot about Mary, right? Your avatar, by looking at her pins and also, following her boards and seeing what she's talking about. You can look at her followers. Look at these beautiful, beautiful, pins. So you're seeing these beautiful images here. But again, you can go back and you can check out even more of those followers and discover who's following the blog. Okay. And, this is just, you're tapping into some major, resources here. Let's just take a look at, Stacy. See, she has 11,000. So she would be one that you would probably want to follow. Depending on her boards, if they are, so she's focusing on, again, the weight loss and all of this. This looks yummy. All right. So there's all these avocado, pins here on this board. This looks delicious. All right. So there, and look at the comments too. You can look at the comments and get a lot of information here. So this is what I'm talking about. Getting to know your avatar. So you know that you know now what your avatar is looking for. So this photo got 54 comments. So you could repin this on your board, right? First you will follow her, and then you could repin this or save it. Okay. You don't even have to follow someone to save it to your board, but if you want to have that interconnection and have some new ideas and get new people looking at your pins, you know, that would be awesome to follow and hopefully get a follow back. But yeah, you could save this to one of your boards if you were looking for, like, if you wanted it on your recipe weight loss board. Okay. And, you know, just start connecting with people. Now you see who's engaged and involved. So you can start connecting with those people. So this is how you can really get to know your avatar and get going on your Pinterest account. All right. So now I'm going to go back over to the training. Okay. So you did the quick check, right? Which was the demographics. We went to alexa.com. You can also do multiple sites so that you can cross-reference and find out, you know, which sites are performing best, who's on these sites. Go over and start thinking about the kind of person you want to market to, and find out what they're pinning and what they're talking about and who they're connecting with, and start gearing everything that you do towards that audience. Okay. Use that data to learn their likes. Okay. So you could probably kind of know what they don't like by what they do like. All right. And you're finding that avatar right there on Pinterest. Okay. So, you know, ultimately you want to capture data to identify your avatar. How are you going to capture that data? You're going to do it through getting the demographics. All right. Through getting the analytical data, because now, even if you're dating someone, even though that seems kind of impersonal, what is the first thing you do, right? When you meet a new person, you're talking to them, y'all been chatting a little bit or whatever, even probably before that, you're probably going to go to Facebook, right? And look at their Facebook profile, look at their pictures, look at some of the stuff they're doing. That's you subconsciously getting to know that person through data, even though you may not realize that's what you're doing. So in the same sense, because we have this data to help us out now, you can utilize it to get information about your avatar. Then you study your avatar and humanize them through profiles. So now you're taking your avatar from just some data, some analytical stuff, and you're clicking on faces, and you're putting a face to the data that you've collected, and you're looking at, wow, this person is really pinning these things and picking these things, and this is who's following them, and this is what they like. Then you're going to create boards and pins that's going to attract your avatar based on the interest from the profiles, from the information that you gathered. Because in all reality, these are virtual relationships. It's probably unlikely that you're going to meet them, but you can really build really genuine relationships online by, you know, personalizing the experience and getting to know the person, and not just throwing stuff at them and not knowing what they like, right? So, I mean, I even think about myself and how, you know, so many people, you know, when they do, I mean, you appreciate when people do get you gifts and things like that, but it's very rare that a person really gets to know you. Most of the time, for women, right, Christmas, you're going to get probably the basket with the soap and the lotion and the stuff in there, or you're going to get a pedicure or a manicure, you know, or you're going to get maybe a coffee mug or a mommy shirt or whatever, right? Maybe a pair of earrings or something like that. Those are general gifts that most people think women like. But you know who your girl is, right? When they know you to the depths, because when someone knows me to a point where they know I'd rather have a ticket to Les Brown, you know, a Les Brown talk or a Tony Robbins seminar or something of that nature versus a concert ticket or a Funk Fest ticket, right? Not to say that Funk Fest isn't awesome, but what I'm saying is, for me as a person, if you're going to spend money on a ticket, I would enjoy, right, something of that nature. Send me to go see, listen to Tony Robbins. Send me to Les Brown. Send me to, somebody like Eric Thomas or something like that, right? So that is when someone knows you on a deeper level versus just assuming that that's what you want. So if you're dating someone, I'm going back to this, even if you're married or whatever, or you're not thinking about dating right now, but when you were in those stages of dating and somebody reached you on a deeper level, didn't you think about them a little bit more? Right? So if someone was to go out and get me tickets to go see Tony Robbins versus tickets to the Funk Fest, I'm probably going to be thinking about that guy that got those tickets to Tony Robbins, because I'm going to be thinking, this guy really knows me, right? He knows that I'm all about personal development. I'm all about, growing as a person. And also, even if I'm having fun, I would like for that fun to be centered around something that's really going to make a difference. Sometimes you do those mindless things, right? But at the same time, if you know me deeply, you would not choose, a Funk Fest ticket over a Tony Robbins seminar. You're going to get those tickets. So that's what I'm saying. You want to know your Pinterest avatar that well, where you're not just throwing stuff at them, but that you really know them. You know what they're interested in. You're speaking directly to them through the images that you're sharing and the stories that you're telling through those images, okay? You're not just saying, okay, because it's weight loss, I'm just going to post this picture and lead them back to this book, right? I understand that my audience likes these high quality images of weight loss recipes, and they're really into these types of recipes. So that's really kind of going a step further than just the general thing that you think a person who will be trying to lose weight will be thinking about. You're thinking about the audience, right? All right. So you want to build the genuine relationships, right? Make a connection and exchange real value. So that's how you're going to be able to do it virtually, guys. Is through getting that data and literally putting a face to it, humanizing the person, and becoming someone who produces what they like. All right. So your mentality in this arena should be to cultivate these real relationships through content, through visual content that leads to more engaging topics. Okay. Also focus and focus on the data that you have collected, and based on that data, what are the preferences that your audience is looking for? Then you want to invest your time into creating, what they want. Again, I told you in the last video that 10 really, really good boards is better than, 100. Or did I say, I think I said 10 good pens is better than 100 pens, right? And one really good board, one targeted board is better than 10 that aren't targeted. Okay. So that should be your mentality, and your goal is to take your data and discover your avatar's preferences so you can invest in content creation ideas that matters to them. And that's how you really start targeting your market. And you could do multiple websites like the one I showed you. You don't have to just do one. You can do multiple ones. And then you can do, those little subtopic searches in Pinterest, see who is, again, click on people and, or boards, and put faces to, ideas, and start to, create something that matters to your audience. All right, guys. So that's how you do it. Just target, right? Target your market, and you'll see yourself getting a lot more quality traffic and a lot more quality results from your Pinterest account. All right. So hashtags and keywords. So my goal today is for you to be able to use hashtags and keywords for more pin exposure, All right. So hashtags and keywords, they help you, appear in more related searches. So you got to understand how to use them for the massive, exposure. So when you use these hashtags and keywords, you're pretty much telling the search engines that this is what my content is about. It helps you rank a lot faster because they don't have to try to understand what your content is about. Okay. So let me scroll down here. All right. So when you're using hashtags, right, and keywords, you have a higher visibility to your pins because, again, you're telling Pinterest, which is a big search engine, who should see your pins. And it's just a deeper layer of the target marketing that we talked about in the last video. All right. So that is why, guys, I was telling you that you don't want to mix your account up, right? You want to have those subtopics and you want to have the main topic, but you don't want to mix up topics because then you're confusing the search engines and you're not helping them understand exactly who you are and exactly what you're doing. So you got to imagine, the search engines, whether it's Pinterest, Facebook, or any other search engine, or, Google, Bing, Yahoo, any of the major search engines, they're categorizing your content. So you gotta imagine that it's a big library. So if you are writing about personal development and then some way you end up with a black hair care, topic, it's confused. And it's like, should we be, registering her for, personal development, or should we be registering her for black hair care? Now, if you're going to have different platforms, right, that's okay. Because like I told you guys, I had the online business thing on there, and then I ended up pinning other stuff because I was under the assumption that as long as it was a specific board, that I could pin, specific topics and just have subtopics of those boards. But when I realized that it was messing up my rankings and stuff, I went ahead and created 2 separate accounts. So my online business account is like, there's nothing on it because I'm starting afresh, and I'm going to be pinning images like the one you saw for the course. And it's going to be very, very targeted, a lot of keywords, a lot of hashtags, and literally driving massive traffic to my business. But since I'm still working on that one, I want to take you back to the African American hairstyle Pinterest account. All right. Now, guys, if you just go back to, let's just say, the first 2 or 3 videos and look at my monthly views. Okay. On there, you saw 40K, and I told you that I had made a lot of changes. So some of my viewers dropped because of that. All right. But since I took off all the online business stuff, opened a totally different account for that, and just used this for just specific African American hairstyles and all of that, I'm up now 91K, and that's just in 1 day or 2 days. So my traffic doubled from being very targeted. All right. So I want to show you guys how, using hashtags can help you do that. All right. So what I'm going to do is go to my boards. Okay. Go to my boards, and I'm going to click on locks. All right. And so I'm going to go back to the same favorite image that I saw before. Let's see. Where's my man? Here he is. So we're going to use the same image. I just love that image, Lord Jesus. All right. So what I'm going to do is, edit this, right? Now, a lot of my pins at the moment are not very descriptive, and they don't have the hashtags. Again, I'm revamping everything. But just the other day, I got on here and I was just putting hashtags and stuff and, giving more detailed descriptions and just working on it. I have my Pinterest day where I do my Pinterest things. Okay. And, I do a little something every day, but as far as like a targeted Pinterest day, I have that. And so, I won't be working on this again until then, other than the videos. All right. So, but I want to show you how, I have the African American male wearing locks. So now what I'm going to do is use some hashtags. So hashtag, let's just say it's a number sign. It's shift number. I'm going to say, African American hair style. Okay. So I'm going to go, American. I should just, see, I'm wondering here if I should be capitalizing. Maybe not, but we'll find out. That's not that big of a deal. Okay, and then I'm going to put a comma, and then I'm going to say male, I'm going to say male locks. And then I'm going to say, let's see, what else can you give me out of this? I wish you guys were live so you could give me some more ideas. We just have a lot of fun. So we're going to say long locks. Oh, let me put the hashtag. Sorry, guys. See, I'm not perfect either. So you can do this. Male locks. And then I'm going to say, hashtag long locks. And then I'm going to say hashtag long dreads. I'm going to say hashtag let's see. I think that's about it for now. But listen, on Pinterest, you can do up to 20 hashtags, and you want to use them because I'm going to tell you why. Give me just a second here. So I'm going to save this. I'm going to see if the African American one, yeah, it came up, even though it was, I'm going to go back in there and I'm going to put African American in lowercase. It just is so wrong as far as grammar and all, but okay, y'all, it is early too. And by the way, I'm not a morning person, but I have a long day today and I have to get this done. So yeah. So if I'm lagging a little, it's because I do not like waking up super early. But anyway, I'm going to save that. Oh, I didn't put the hashtag. See, it's morning. We're going to bump out the kinks. And by the next video, I'm going to have it down. I'm going to be whizzing through this stuff and everything. And also, you know, I'm near high school. So if you hear any additional background noise, that will be what it is. All right. So there it is. Okay. So now I have, all of these different things in here. Now listen, you want to use as many hashtags as you want. I know that sounds like what, but the reality is when someone is on Pinterest, this image here, right? It can show up for African American hairstyles. So say somebody's typing in, African American hairstyles, boom, picture. It's going to show up in the feed, even if it's at the bottom. I mean, it may not rank as high as some images. Who knows, right? How high it will rank. Then let's say somebody else somewhere else is typing in, male locks. They want to see some pictures of male locks. This image, boom, it still will pop up. Let's say someone else is typing in long locks. They want to see images of long locks. Boom, this image is going to pop up. Let's say somebody types in long dreads. It's going to pop up. I just thought of a few more. So I want to make sure that I put in, actual just hashtag locks, because I have typed that in before, and hashtag dreads. All right. And then also hashtag locks capital, because a lot of people spell it with just the capitals there. All right. So save. Boom. All right. So there it is. And, so now if somebody's typing it in lowercase, or if somebody is typing it in, you know, no matter how they're typing it in, it's still going to show up in the feed at the bottom. So let me show you what the feed looks like. So here we go. So now, I haven't targeted my search. I'm just working on a particular pen. But if I were to type in locks, then I'll get all kinds of images of locks. So let me go over. Let me save this. Okay, no, it's already saved. Okay, so the thing is, another reason why you want to put these hashtags, because again, you have thousands of people or maybe even millions of people searching for each particular, topic, right? Because I go on there all the time and I type in just locks, right? And see what comes up. But the thing is, all of those people have an opportunity to visit, right? So they can visit your site. When they visit your site, boom, it's going back. So the 91K views that I'm getting, not all of them, because some of them are just images I pinned from other people and from their boards and things of that nature. But, a big bulk of that traffic is coming back to my site where people can shop affiliate products. Okay. So it's just a big deal. All right. So now I'm going to come back over and I'm going to type in just locks. All right. Boom. So now you see this is what the feed looks like. And you see that, people have, hashtags in there, dreadlocks, all of this stuff, and locks. And I'm going to tell you guys, you are so blessed to be getting this training because Pinterest just unlocked the hashtag feature not even a year ago. So the reality is when you're using hashtags, your stuff is really going to stand out because there are millions of images on here that don't have hashtags because it wasn't available. And a lot of people still don't really know how to use Pinterest correctly. And a lot of people still don't understand using hashtags. And then some people, again, they're just using one hashtag because they don't understand, how using multiple hashtags can help them. Now, one of the things you don't want to do, let me go back to my profile because I just saw one I want to add. Let me go back to my boards. But one of the things you don't want to do is use something like, let me go back to the image because this is how I learn. Guys, don't you hate when you go to a website, it's just a bunch of words. You're like, give me a training video. I just can't, I don't have time to read all of that. Just explain it to me, But anyway, so you go back. I'm going to do hashtag dreadlocks. Y'all bear with me this morning. It is morning, right? It is morning. All right. And then I'm going to do hashtag dreadlocks. Okay. Somebody does that. All right. So you don't want to type in like hashtag black, hashtag male, hashtag, let's see, hashtag fine, you want to type in stuff that people are searching for because I highly doubt that people are just going to jump on here and just type in black or just they might type in African. But I doubt they're going to type in black or just man or male. I mean, we know that he's a male. We know that he's black. We know all these things about him. But you want to use tags that people are searching for. You don't want to waste a tag on just some frivolous word that doesn't even matter. All right. So, guys, I just want you to know that this is how you do it. Also, with the keywords, that is going to be in the section of the description. So my descriptions will get longer, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to African American hairstyle websites and I'm going to right click. See, you can right click and you can view, page source. Okay. And then you can find like keywords and all kinds of stuff that people are ranking for. So that's another one of my little tips. But I'll go to all kinds of sites that's got locks and all kinds of stuff on it. And I will find the keywords that they're ranking for, the ones that are really, really ranking high. And I'll be putting those in my hashtags. Okay. And I'm going to also be doing that for my business. So that's why I was saying you don't want to have so much going on Pinterest that you're not benefiting. You want to focus on driving the traffic back to the offers that really matter to you. But again, you're taking them on a journey. So you're taking them somewhere that's going to give them more information about the related content, but it's not, it's not just right to an ad. So guys, I hope that this helps with how to use hashtags and how to use keywords. Another thing that you should know is that if you repin something, you can still change the keywords. So let's go here. I think this is going to Home of Locks. So, cause I really like their site, and if they have good information, I don't change it because they deserve the credit for their work. All right. Then you can edit this, right? Edit the pin. Boom. Instead of having this, follow this guy, whatever in the description, I can change that, or I can just type in, cause I would like for him to get the follow for his image. So I could type in, male locks. Let's see. I can do this for the keywords. African American male wearing locks. Boom. That gives it, a little bit more, a little bit more keywords. Okay. So there it is. And, that'll start showing up. So you can see how even when you repin images, it's important that you put the keywords that you want to rank for. All right. And also for your images, you want to make sure you use as many hashtags as you can about the subject, not frivolous ones, but ones that's going to rank when people search. All right. I think I have nailed that in. So you guys have it. All right. So that is another layer of target marketing. And if you think about the power of that, the hashtags are really defining who your audience is. So you're saying to the search engines, these are the people that I want to attract. Point blank. I mean, you can't get any more targeted than that for free, right? For free. You're getting free traffic. All right. So because you're specifying again to these search engines, to Pinterest, the market that your pins are designed to reach is going to be more targeted. So when again someone is searching for your information, it will trigger your keywords, your hashtags, and that content is displayed to them. And you can jump from 40,000 viewers to 90,000 viewers in a day because of that. Create these pins through your passion. So you really got to be passionate about the topic, not just pinning stuff you like. Cause I mean, again, I had those home decor boards and all this stuff, but I'm not really into home decor. I mean, I think it's great, but I don't want to write about it. So, but I am into braids. I love braids. I wear my hair braided all the time. I'm interested in caring for the hair and all of this. And I love, online business, building. I love the avenue of unlimited income. I love leveraging the internet for profits. I love helping other people learn how to put food on their table, how to be home with their children if they want, how to take control of their time, and how to earn money from their laptop. I love it. And the change in lifestyle that you see people go through is amazing, and it is rewarding. So those two things, is great. I even went through my GoDaddy account and I deleted like 5 websites last night, like 5 websites and a whole hosting account. Like I don't need it. You have to know when you've grown. You have to know when you've grown, guys. I'm moving. I hope my chair doesn't squeak. All right. But anyway, so you have to know when you've grown and when you've moved on, point blank. And when you have moved on and you're not writing on certain levels anymore, or you are not marketing on amateur levels anymore, it is okay to get rid of that stuff so that you can focus on what your goals are and get results, right? So don't do it prematurely, because there were times when I thought about it and I was like, I can still use these blogs. But reality is, at this point, I've mastered some specific skills, and of course you're going to always be learning and growing. But some of those websites just don't represent who I am anymore. So I had to let them go so that I can focus on what matters. So when you are passionate about something, you begin to see where your passion lies and what you want to do and what you don't want to do. And people can feel your excitement. Your audience can look at your pins and tell, that this person is excited and passionate about this topic and they want more of that energy. All right. And it makes the connection that keeps them coming back. About, creating the passion. I talked a lot about the avatar in the last video, but I wanted to just reiterate it, because when you're actually using your hashtags and your keywords, it's showing people that you're passionate about the topic and that you have the right information about it. It's also showing the search engines that you can be dependent upon for that specific information. So hashtags and keywords are just a phenomenal way for you to appear in the search engines, especially within Pinterest, get very targeted visitors. All right. So your goal is to do that. Your goal is to narrow down what you're going to be talking about, create those subtopics about it, put those keywords and hashtags in there. All right. So that you can appear in more searches and literally, dominate what you're doing. It'll help others and search engines understand what you are promoting.
Hey guys. Go to the search bar on this channel here at Sit at Home Profits, and I'm going to need you to search for Wildly Grow Profits with Pinterest Part 2. All right, so we still have quite a bit to cover. We're going to cover following and interacting, creating boards, and I'm going to give you some powerful Pinterest marketing tips. So definitely finish the course, okay? Finish the course. There is a part 2. There should be a playlist or something right there in your visual. If not, just search, use the search bar to find Wildly Grow Profits with Pinterest Part 2, and I will catch you on the inside.